Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the home of the South Medford Panthers as we welcome you here to Medford, Oregon tonight and bringing you action of Roseburg boys basketball on the road in Southwest Conference play this evening. The Roseburg boys on the road looking to still pick up that first win in Southwest Conference play. Tonight they take on South Medford, who is just 1-6 in conference. The Roseburg Indians trying to get some luck going their direction here at the tail end of the season after a close one against league-leading South Eugene in their last game. The Roseburg boys trying to build some momentum off of that last contest on Tuesday. It's first week, it seems like, in forever where we've had a Tuesday and a Friday night game, but tonight the Roseburg Indians on the road as we get down to the final three games of the regular season. Coming up here throughout tonight's pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up on tonight's matchup with head coach Jordan Humphreys and take a look at tonight's game, as well as check on what's going on elsewhere around this world of sports. So plenty to come up here throughout our pregame show this evening. As we get ready for tonight's tip-off, I want to let you know that tonight's game will also be streaming live online at 541radio.com, where you can catch the action for free. You can also head to our YouTube channel and subscribe to it there. Head to YouTube and search 1490 The Score. Give us a subscribe and be able to watch Roseburg sports throughout the season. We'll have Roseburg baseball coming up here in the spring, so something to look forward to as the winter season starts winding down. But before we get to our first break, we will take a look at where we're at here going into tonight's matchup. The South Medford Panthers coming in at 9-13 overall this year. They are 1-6 in Southwest Conference play. For the Roseburg Indians, 3-17 overall this year, 0-7 in Southwest Conference play. The Roseburg Indians look to try and end an 8-game losing streak. South Medford trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Both these teams coming off of competitive games in their last one, and we'll talk more about it as we continue our way towards tip-off here from South Medford High School tonight. A beautiful day here throughout the Southern Oregon region, and it was just the same down here in Medford as well as we got here into town. Beautiful night out there here in the Rogue Valley. We'll go ahead and take the break. When we come back, it's time to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys here on the program, so stay with us. A word with head coach of the Roseburg boys basketball team when we come back on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg football on 541radio.com.
Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming online at 541radio.com. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians on the road at the home of the Panthers, taking on South Medford tonight. And here in the pregame show, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys. And Coach, hey, look, I thought it was a very inspiring game from your team last time. I know the win didn't come the way you guys wanted. The game didn't finish out so overly strong for you guys. But the fact that the team falls behind by double digits twice in that game and twice gets it down to a one-point game against the league-leading team in South Eugene. How'd you come away feeling from that game against the Axe earlier this week?
Obviously felt like we finally put a complete game together where we played from start to finish and didn't let them go on major runs, and like you said, we're able to battle back, and as part of that is that mental piece where we're able to focus when we make a few mistakes, and they definitely did that, and then it leads us into the next discussion of, hey, we can do that for a full game. Now we need to start cutting out those stretches where we have 4 or 5 mistakes in a row and cut those down so that we'll put ourselves in a better position at the end.
I know it maybe hasn't come as fast as the team would like, as you'd like to see, but are you starting to see these guys starting to put it together a little bit piece by piece as game by game goes along here at this tail end of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Our offense is running a lot better, and they're starting to understand what we're asking out of the offense and what we're talking about as far as patience on offense and where to find shots, and then the defensive scheme as well, changing what they've done in the past, and they're finally starting to put that together. And for longer stretches, we've had multiple possessions where we play defense for 30 to 45 seconds to a minute and keeping the other team from getting good looks, and that's the goal. And the more stretches we get like that, the better.
We haven't seen many performances like it, but season opener with Zach, he kind of comes to mind. 30 points for him there. But last night in a conference game for Matt Parker, not last night, but earlier this week, Matt Parker, great performance by him individually, hitting 8 3-pointers and finishing with 28 points. Looking at that, I mean, obviously you'd love to see more of that. Is this something you can expect from him on a more regular basis as he continues to grow with this team?
Well, we've known he's been able to shoot. I mean, he knows he can shoot, and then it was just like he said, finally making the concerted effort to look for his own shot. He's very unselfish and likes to play the team basketball. You see him a lot of times, even if we have a fast break opportunity and he doesn't think we have numbers, he goes to pull it out. And he needs to get that aggressive mindset sometimes, because we need somebody that's going to go out there and say, hey, I'm going to score tonight. And he finally did that, and you saw the results. So.
For a guy like him, and obviously his brother Jacob, as twins, they have a lot of similarities out there, but standing at only 5'8" and being a guy that's going to shoot from distance and facing teams that are bigger, I mean, when you see his game, what do these guys have to do to be able to get these shots off? I mean, they've got to be working, it seems like, a little bit harder than everybody else out there to try and get these clean looks, and which almost makes it a little bit more impressive what he did on Tuesday.
Yeah, and if you noticed, he had 3 or 4 that were probably 3 feet behind the line, and he knows he's got to spot up a little bit deeper and then be ready to shoot it as soon as he catches it. Talk about that. When you're a big guy, but even as a big guy, you can get those shots off with the guy in your face, and as a small guy, you just can't. So they have to be ready every time. And then it comes from his teammates finding him when he's open as well, and recognizing where he's going to get those shots in the offense and getting it to him.
Record-wise, looking at the standing-wise tonight, looks, at least on paper, like a game where you guys have maybe a more competitive advantage than, say, against the South Eugene. Looking at it on paper, you'd think they're going to be the dominant team. But obviously you proved that you guys can hang with the top team in the conference coming into tonight. You take on a South Medford team. What do you think are some of the keys for you guys to be able to pull a win off on the road?
Well, I think it's the same things we focus on every day. Defense first. We talk about what a defensive scheme is for the game and sticking to it and making sure we're understanding our opponent and what we're trying to get out of the defensive end. And then offensively, just making sure we're getting buckets, attacking buckets where we're getting stuff at the rim. On the road, it's tough sometimes to find your shot. So making sure we're getting early ones that are easy at the rim, getting ourselves to the free throw line.
And on the other side, when this game was up at Roseburg, South Medford pulled away after you guys got out to a great start in that game. Looking at what this South Medford team does, what are some of the areas that they excel that are going to be areas of concern for you guys to try and make sure you try and take things away?
They rebound very well. They killed us on the boards, and we have proven to be a physical team. I wouldn't say we've proven to be a great rebounding team, and I think that's where they really hurt us last time, is on the boards. And so that's going to be a focus for us to make sure that we're blocking out every possession. They got 3 guys that go to the boards hard, and they finish well when they get in there.
All right, we thank head coach Jordan Humphreys for his time here in the pregame show. We'll come back and get you ready for tonight's tip-off as we bring you Roseburg basketball at South Medford High School tonight on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay. I mean, what you sent me looks. Oh, you're in auto mode still. You need to be in.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Panthers getting ready to tip off here in just about 6 minutes from now. We'll have our final break for the national anthem and get you a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians looking to end that lengthy losing streak. They have really played well at times against some of their opponents in the Southwest Conference, most notably their last game. The Roseburg Indians against South Eugene, twice trailed by double digits, as we talked about there with head coach Jordan Humphreys. They fell behind by 10 in the second quarter, rallied back to within 1. A couple of minutes left to go in the first half. Trailed only by a couple of points at halftime, and then in the second half found themselves down by 13 and rallied back to within 1 point with 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, though, their rally ended there. They went scoreless the rest of the way as South Eugene pulled away for a 58-49 victory on top of Roseburg. On the other side for South Medford, they are coming once again. This is actually a really interesting kind of little tidbit. South Medford is coming off of a 64-63 loss against Grants Pass on Tuesday. It is the second consecutive time that Roseburg will face South Medford after the Panthers have come off of a 1-point loss against Grants Pass. Earlier in the season, they lost by 1 in overtime. Tonight, in their previous matchup, Grants Pass beating South Medford 64-63. South Medford had a chance to win the game in the final 2 seconds of the contest, but could not get a shot in the lane to fall. And they did have a chance at a 3-point shot at half court as a desperation heave, but it did not fall, and South Medford lost against Grants Pass there, 64-63. So tough one there for South Medford as they would fall to 1-6 in conference play. Roseburg again 0-7 in conference at the moment. Both these teams looking to try and get a little bit of positive momentum as we start making our way towards the final weeks of the regular season. Looking at it realistically, it's probably a bit unlikely that either of these teams will make it into the 6A state playoffs. South Medford, obviously with a slightly better record, has a better shot. They're currently ranked number 39 in the OSA power rankings, but that would likely put them on the outside looking in. Probably not high enough there unless they can finish strong with maybe 3 straight wins and see if they can work themselves into a higher postseason ranking. But at number 39 right now, they'd be on the outside, and we'll see if they have enough of their schedule left to work them up in the power rankings. As for Roseburg at 0-7 and ranked number 48th in the OSA power rankings, it doesn't seem likely that the Indians will have a postseason in their future. Unfortunately for the Indians, after making it last year, it was great to see the team get into the postseason. We knew this year, with the graduation of most of the returning talent, Roseburg was going to have a bit of an uphill climb trying to get into the postseason this year with a lot of new faces on the team. But nonetheless, still, it's sad to see the season starting to wind down for the Roseburg boys. But taking a look at your Southwest Conference standings, South Eugene is leading the way at 7-0 right now. They're 18-4 overall. They have a number 11 ranking from the OSAA power rankings. Sheldon is at 5-2, 14-7 overall this year for the Irish. They're number 15 in the latest power rankings. North Medford is number 21. They are tied with Sheldon at 5-2. Look like almost like Sheldon might have had a chance to catch up and pass North Medford in the standings, but North Medford rallying back against Grants Pass a couple of games ago to be able to stay right there with the Irish this season. So 2 5-2 teams in the conference standings. Grants Pass is at 3-4, 10-9 overall. They're 24th in the OSA power rankings. So those are your 4 teams battling for those top 3 spots. South Eugene did clinch a playoff spot as one of the 3 automatic bids out of the Southwest Conference after their win over Roseburg on Tuesday. They have not yet clinched a Southwest Conference championship, but they are very close to doing so. Tonight, actually, I did not update my games for the Southwest Conference for tonight, but we'll try and get those matchups there. I believe that South Eugene, a win tonight against their opponent, would clinch them a Southwest Conference title. So we'll take a little bit further in-depth look at what's coming up tonight and around the rest of the Southwest Conference. Roseburg's 0-1 against this South Medford team so far this year. They took a 10-point lead to start out the game, but then went very cold, and South Medford able to build a lead, and they were able to pull away against Roseburg, winning 74-50 the last time these two teams met up at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. All right, we are getting ready to go. That's going to do it for our pregame show. When we come back, it's time for tip-off. Stay with us. You'll have your Supercut starting lineups in just a couple of moments. After the national anthem, it's time to get tonight's action started. It's Roseburg boys basketball for you right here on The Score. 92.3 FM and streaming online. Actually, 92.3 FM, 1490 AM and streaming online at 541radio.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The South Medford Pep Band performing tonight's national anthem for us as we get ready to go. Roseburg and South Medford meeting tonight in a Southwest Conference contest. Joey Kieran with you, Josh Nelson alongside me, back in the studio. Cruz Jimenez running things on the radio side for us. Welcome in, everybody. Roseburg basketball for you coming up here tonight. It's time now to get our Supercut starting lineups in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. For the Roseburg Indians, 3-17 on the year, 0-7 in conference play. Jordan Humphreys leading the way for the Indians. His starting five tonight will have Atreyu Pinard, the junior, 6'3" forward, averaging 6.9 points per game. Dylan Johnson, the junior guard, averaging 2.1 points a game, getting a start tonight. This may be his first at the varsity level. Jacob Parker, the junior 5'8" guard, starting at another guard position, averaging 5.9 points a game. Alaric Call, the junior, 5'9", averaging 1 point a game, gets another start here tonight. And Matt Parker, another guard at 5'8", averaging 11.7 points per game, number 6 in the conference in scoring rounding out the starting 5 for Coach Humphreys. On the other side for the South Medford Panthers, 9-13, 1-6 in conference play. James Whiteman, his starting 5 tonight for this matchup. It'll be Peyton Shepard, the senior guard at 5'10". Junior Sleezer, the sophomore guard at 6 foot. Also tonight, Ben Harmon, a 6'2" senior wing for the Panthers. Jude Pinnell, a junior at 6'4", the forward starting, and the fourth leading scorer in the Southwest Conference, Keegan Lazinski, a senior 6'2" forward, averaging 14.7 points a game, will start tonight, rounding out things for the Panthers. Roseburg in their road blacks here tonight, going left to right on your radio dial. South Medford in their home whites, and going right to left here this evening. In the center circle, Pinard will jump, and he went up against Jude Pinnell, and it is won by the Panthers. They make it into the half court as we sit on the South Medford side of the floor here to start. Into the middle, pass back out to Pinnell. He'll get it to the top, wearing a headband, driving through the lane, a blocking foul. That is junior Sleezer, the sophomore, sporting the long hair and the white headband here tonight, drawing the foul, and that one going against Matt Parker. Inbound from near the Roseburg bench for South Medford. And out to between the circles for Sleezer. He passes off left side to Harmon. Gets it on the backdoor cutter. It was an alley-oop type pass, and it's no good. As Sleezer's shot was off the mark, he took some contact. Racing up the floor, tried to attack the rim, but Jacob Parker will turn it back over to South Medford as he gets called for the travel. Just over 30 seconds away here in the first quarter of tonight's ball game. Still a scoreless affair. Driving to the left elbow, pass into the corner. Harmon, a high arcing three-point shot, no good. Rebound, though, down to South Medford, but they cannot keep a hang on the basketball. Skying in to get that rebound was Peyton Shepard. Did a good job to get to the basketball. Tried to pass it to Ben Harmon, but he couldn't hang on to it as the ball gets out of bounds in front of Roseburg's bench. Indians with the basketball. Scoreless game so far, almost a minute away in tonight's matchup. Driving right side into the corner. Parker out to the top to Pinard. They'll work it around the perimeter. The far side to Johnson, who tries to enter it into Pinard. But trying to step in front and steal it away. Jude Pinnell got his hand on it, but he kicks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. An inbound pass coming. Johnson will inbound for Roseburg. Lobs it out to the top to Matt Parker, to the near side to Jacob. From the right wing, he'll drive baseline, gets underneath the hoop, kicks into the corner. Johnson, a three. Got it! And Dylan Johnson will put Roseburg on top here to start out the ball game. 3-0 your score, 6:45 to go first quarter. Lob out to the top with the basketball. Lazinski finds a cutting Ben Harmon to the left elbow. Out to the top, head fake, driving. Shepard kicks it out. It's going to be Pinnell, a long three. Rebound down to Call, who fights off Lazinski from the back. Ben Harmon missing on that three-point attempt. To the left side, Matt Parker enters it down to Call. Had it stripped away, but he fights it back into his possession. Drives into the lane, trying to work around Lazinski. Has his shot. Tried to go with a low scoop shot around the defender, and Lazinski knocks it out of bounds. Stays with Roseburg on the baseline. Lob again out to the top. Matt Parker with the catch. Pass it left side to Johnson. He'll drive. Cut off at the baseline. Back out to Pinard at the left elbow. Drives in against Sleezer, and he has a nice move, but his shot just not going to fall. Went with the high scoop shot off the glass. Driving the other way, Ben Harmon kicks out to the top. A pull-up jumper, no good for Shepard. Rebound tipped out. Harmon will come away with it at the free throw line as he fights off the Roseburg defense. He bounces left side to Lazinski. Drives to the left side of the lane. Spin move back between two defenders. He gets sandwiched. Foul going to be called against the Indians. That'll be the second against Roseburg. And they put this one on Alaric Call for his first. It is a shooting foul as Lazinski split the two defenders and was going up in the act of shooting. Lazinski had 30 points the last time he played against Roseburg. He'll hit the first of two here. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Second free throw, high arcer for Lazinski, drops through. It's a 3-2 ball game with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg still in front by one. Low scoring start to this one. Driving left side, Jacob into the corner to Dillon, gets it back out to the top. around a screen from Call. Jacob Parker will back it out between the circles. Parker working right side. He wants to split the defenders. Got a hand on the basketball, did Sleazer. That stopped Jacob, and he'll back it back out. Now things open up. He'll attack. He gets it high off the glass around the bigs, and Jacob Parker exploding to get to the rim, able to finish. And it puts Roseburg back up by 3, 5-2. 4 minutes, make it 3 minutes ticked away in this first quarter. Out at the top, Harmon hands it off. Sleazer driving right side. That's Pinnell, Gets it to Shepard. Shepard at the right elbow, gets cut off. He'll pass it, and a foul called. Stops the play as Pinnell was driving to the lane, and the jump stop is right when the whistle happened. They call this one against Pinard. Roseburg racking up some early fouls, 3 already against the Indians, and none so far against the Panthers. Substitution in for South Medford is Jeremy Gott. He'll come into the game. Into the middle, Lazinski hit as he goes up. Alaric Call going to pick up his second here early on as he hits Lazinski in the act of a turnaround jumper right from the middle of the lane. He was about 8 feet out. As he got hit, the shot does not drop, but Lazinski was already 2 points at the charity stripe. He'll try for 2 more, and he hits the first. Roseburg basketball also is presented by Mercy Medical Center, by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by our friends at Abby's Legendary Pizza. Both free throws go through for Keegan Lazinski, back to a 1-point game, 4:49 to go first quarter. 5-4 your score, breaking the press, and a foul called in the backcourt. I believe this foul will go against Jeremy Gott. The junior wing at 6'5" comes into the game and gets called for an early one. Alaric Call will check out with his 2 fouls. Into the game comes Zach Martin. Zach Martin, Roseburg's leading scorer by average, 13.6, but he has been cooling as of late. His pass to the top is stolen away easily, and an easy lay-in for Peyton Shepard. First field goal of the night for South Medford comes with 4:34 to go in the first quarter. And now Roseburg a turnover in the backcourt again against full court pressure. Junior Sleazer with the steal and the finish as the Indians look discombobulated, and that has a timeout coming from Jordan Humphreys. Just like that, South Medford on top by 3, 8-5 with 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Take a break. All right, here on The Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Out of the timeout, it'll be Roseburg basketball, bringing the ball up the court. Jacob Parker in the backcourt, facing 3 defenders from South Medford. Got to get it across the midcourt stripe. Ball tipped up by Sleazer into the backcourt. And across the timeline to Dylan Johnson. And because of that tipped ball, Roseburg saved on the 10-second count in the backcourt. Johnson kills the dribble out at the top. He's got Lazinski all over him. That is a big mismatch for Johnson. Ball gets tipped to the far side to Matt Parker. A running floater. The teardrop doesn't fall. Tipped out of bounds. Stays with Roseburg. Matt Parker coming off of the big game against South Eugene. 28 points, hit 8 3-pointers, but so far that was his first shot. He gets a quick inbound and a 3 from the near side. Back iron, no good. Pinard skies for a rebound. Zach Martin will try a 3. Hard off the right iron, no good. And Roseburg an empty trip after 3 looks. Shepard brings it up on the right side of the floor. Passes baseline. Lazinski working against Martin, who got a lot of the basketball, but the guys in the black and white stripes say that Martin got a little bit extra as well. Zach Martin picking up his first foul of the night. And it sends Keegan Lazinski back to the line for a 3rd time this evening. He's already 4 for 4 from the stripe. A right-handed shooter cradles the basketball in the right hand as he shoots and lets the guide hand, his left hand, come off the ball. He hits the first of 2 here. 4-point lead for South Medford, their largest of the night. And the second one falls off, so his first miss from the line tonight, he goes 5 of 5, and now he's 5 of 6. 9-5 your score. 3:29 to go first quarter. Roseburg trailing by 4. around the defender into the corner for Jacob Parker. Back out to Zach Martin. Martin gets a screen, gets free into the corner, but passes it away back to the top. Sherman Hunter has come into the game for South Medford. A three from the left side by Atreyu Pinard. He doesn't hit him often from downtown, but he drains that one. And Pinard gets Roseburg back within one. 9-8 your score, 3 minutes to play first quarter. Right wing with it is Gott. Around a screen, back to Pinnell. He drives, met by Pinard, goes with the spin move in the left hand, can't finish. Rebound, though, tip to Keegan Lazinski. Into the corner, Sherman Hunter. His three, no good. And the rebound comes down to Roseburg. Stop there for the Indians, and a chance to regain the lead on a made basket. Around a screen, Jacob Parker. He had the stutter step, throws it up. That ball bounces around, spits out, and then drops right back through for Jacob Parker. He's got 4 in the game for Roseburg and puts the Indians back in front. 10-9 your score. With it on the right side, Gott enters it down to Lazinski. Back out to Pinnell at the left elbow. Into the corner. Sleazer with it. He'll dribble once with the right hand and throws it away into the backcourt. Roseburg basketball. And the Indians will have it in the front court after the turnover by Pinnell. Actually, I believe that one was by Sleazer. Pinnell does go to the bench, though, takes a breather. And in is Isaiah Dye. Dye, the 6'4" senior post, getting his first action of the night for the Panthers. Enter it underneath, and just a little bit too high for Matt Parker. He was wide open, and it slips right through his hands as it looked as if he might have been thinking about his next move before catching that basketball. Turnover by Roseburg after the turnover by South. Out at the top, Hunter to the right side for Sleazer at the wing. He'll dribble once, pass it one-handed to Lazinski, drives right side of the lane, kicks into the corner. A three is too long. That ball comes down in no man's land. Picking it up is Matt Parker. That three from the far side from Gott was off the mark. Driving in, Jacob Parker gets hammered as he goes up. His shot was no good. Pinard had the rebound, and Pinard couldn't get it to go. Rebound down to South Medford. Driving. Baseline. Gott hit as he shoots. The shot won't fall for Jeremy Gott. He'll go to the line, and it's more free throws here in the first quarter for the Panthers. This will be the fourth trip to the free throw line here in the first period for South Medford. First of the two for Jeremy Gott goes through. Roseburg basketball this evening brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Second free throw, rims out. Pinard with the rebound. Roseburg in a tie ball game, 10-10 with South Medford. 1:20 to play first period. Pinard gets it out at the left of the key beyond the perimeter. To the right side, Alaric Call back into the game for Roseburg. Matt Parker gets it out between the circles. Passes far side to his brother Jacob. One-handed baseball pass from Jacob out to Pinard, who's going to attack. Goes right into the heart, but his shot redirected by Isaiah Dye. Good attack, just got met by a good defender. Crossover to the free throw line, turnaround, pull-up jumper, and Junior Sleazer with a big jumper. The sophomore has 4. Put South Medford back in front at 12-10. 45 seconds to go in the first period. Left side dribble for Jacob. Bounces it in underneath to Pinard. Double team comes, strips the ball out of his hands. He's on the ground with it. Jump ball called. The possession arrow is in Roseburg's favor. South Medford won the opening tip, so Roseburg gets the ball here on the jump ball call with 32.4 seconds to go. Baseline inbound for Sherman Hunter. Excuse me, not to Sherman Hunter. It was Jacob Parker. Wrong three. It'll be in the corner. Jacob Parker, his three no good. Rebound, though, weak side for Alaric Call. He pulls it in. And Roseburg will get another look here in the closing seconds of the first period. Right side, Parker, Matt Parker, out to Zach Martin. 14 seconds to play. Jacob Parker comes to get it at the top. 10 seconds left in the opening period. Hammered by Sherman Hunter. Jacob Parker had Sherman Hunter with hands all over him, and he's walking around with his hands out like, what, this is the defense I was playing. But he was grabbing and swiping at Jacob Parker quite a bit there. Alaric Call will inbound from the far side with 7 seconds to go. Roseburg in motion. Into Matt Parker in the corner. Down to 5 seconds. Zach Martin, a three. Off the corner of the rim, no good. And a baseball shot down to the other end of the floor for Sherman Hunter is no good. So after 1 quarter of play, it is 12-10. South Medford in front of Roseburg on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back here for the start of the second quarter. Roseburg trailing South Medford at 12-10. South Medford will start with the basketball. And it's a three. And that one falling for Sherman Hunter to stretch the lead out to its largest point at 5. First points of the night for Sherman Hunter. Zach Martin will have it. Crossover dribble going left side for Roseburg. Throws it up too strong. Got his own rebound. And Zach Martin, an aggressive take for him. He gets his first points of the night. Leading scorer for Roseburg was 4 points for Jacob Parker. 5 for Keegan Lazinski, leading the way for South Medford after 1. 3-point game again. Driving in and fouled. It'll be 1-1, it looks like, is South Medford into the bonus on the 7th team foul for Roseburg. That foul goes against Zach Martin, his second. For Roseburg to start the second quarter, Alaric Call, Matt Parker, Jacob Parker, Carson Six, and Jacob Parker. So both Parker brothers out there. Carson Six getting his first action of the night. At the line, Jeremy Gott makes the first, and he'll get a second. Pinard will come back into the game for the Indians. On the floor for South Medford, Hunter, Shepard, Gott, who will hit his second free throw. And Lazinski was out there along with Dye, and those were your 5 starters, but a timeout called. We'll see if we have any changes. Quick 30 seconds. Let's take it as well. This is Roseburg basketball on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We resume play out of the timeout by South Medford. They lead by 5, 17-12. 7:20 to go here in the first half. Both teams have held the lead here in the first half so far. Roseburg by as many as 3. South Medford, their largest lead right now at 5. Going coast to coast, Jacob Parker can't get the shot to fall but draws a foul, and it will be a 2-shot foul for the Indians. Parker getting aggressive out there. He's got the 4 points here early on, and I like the take. Going against pressure in the backcourt, goes full court and goes right to the rim and draws the contact. That foul going against Peyton Shepard. At the free throw line, Matt Parker missing the front end of his 2. Excuse me, that's Jacob Parker. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Not able to cash in on either of the 2 free throws there for Jacob Parker. South Medford down with the ball. Up the floor, Sherman Hunter in the corner. Gets it right back, wants a 3. He'll take it, a bucket, and a foul. Sherman Hunter will have the shot at a 4-point play as he hits from the corner. It should make it an 8-point game at 20-12, and there they put the points up there. And he's got a chance at the 4-point play to see if he can take it to the largest lead in the game at 9. The and one rattles off, and it will not fall for Hunter, so no 4-point play for him. Roseburg trailing 20-12 with 6:55 to go here in the second quarter. Jacob Parker out at the top, working against Shepard. Dribbles right, gets him free in the middle, bounce pass to Carson Six. That was kind of a dangerous spot in traffic. Ball on the floor, and they call a quick jump ball, and I believe it'll be Roseburg basketball, and it is. That was a quick whistle on the jump ball. It looked like two players had hands on it for a split second as Carson Six was ripping it away. But they blow the whistle, and Roseburg will get it on the jump ball call. Still trailing by 8. Carson Six inbounds, and a whistle blows before he gets it, and it's a foul against South Medford. The Panthers, it'll be Isaiah Dye picking up the foul, and that's his first. Roseburg basketball this evening also brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Pass out to Matt Parker at the top. They enter it in to Pinard. He got right underneath. His shot will not go, but he'll head to the line. Atreyu Pinard with 3 points in the game, looking to add to it here. As Pinard goes to the line, we want to let you know, coming up tomorrow here on The Score, we will be bringing you a sports special as we bring you coverage of the Umpqua Riverhawks season opening games for the baseball team. First games for the UCC baseball program in 35 years. Game 1 against Olympic starts at 1 o'clock. Game 2, about 3. We'll have coverage of both games right here on The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. Looking forward to that coming up tomorrow. Pinard misses both of his free throws. Both were very close to falling, but neither wanted to. Got to take the cap off the bucket here on this side of the floor as Sherman Hunter launches one into the first row of the stands on the far side of the floor. The over-the-head pass did not work out for him there. Turnover by South Medford, back into the hands of Roseburg. Full court press again by the Panthers. 20-12 your score, 6:25. Crossover for Parker. Matt Parker dribbles left side. Nobody posting up for him down there, so he's going to try and take it himself. He drives in, lost it, got it to Carson Six, back to Parker. He'll try the quick three, and it's off the back iron, no good. Dylan Johnson down with the rebound. Out to Carson Six for a three. It's short. Rebound, that went off of the South Medford foot. Oh, no. That sure looked like it was off the foot of Evan Booth, who has come into the game. But Roseburg won't get the call on the road. 5:58 to play here in the first half. Right side, Jeremy Gott beyond the perimeter, out to the top to Hunter. Gott back to Hunter, now to the near side for Shepard, all the way across the floor. They just keep passing it across the perimeter. Lob pass into the corner, and that ball off the backboard is trying to save it back in bounds was Gott, and Roseburg comes up with a steal. A stiff arm almost from Pinard, as the defender, I think, just got caught off balance. A three from the corner by Johnson, no good. Call gets the rebound on the weak side, had his shot blocked, and then it's going to be a foul call against Pinnell as he fought to try and get the ball after blocking the shot by Call. Not into the bonus yet for Roseburg. Only 16 fouls against South Medford. Inbound goes out to Matt Parker. Dylan Johnson will get it on the right wing. His three off the mark. Roseburg just some cold shooting here to start out this game, especially from behind the perimeter. Only two made threes. That's three on the other side for Sherman Hunter. High off the backboard, hitting the support. And that'll be out off of South Medford on the miss. Checking out of the game, Peyton Shepard. Back in is Ben Harmon. Call will inbound to Matt Parker in the backcourt. Working against Sherman Hunter, and he lost the basketball out of bounds. Trying to drive on the sideline here against Sherman Hunter, and Matt Parker just couldn't keep a handle on the basketball. Jeremy Gott will check out of the game. Junior Sleezer back in for the Panthers. Far side, Sleazer at the right wing. Out to Hunter at the top. Head fake, enters it into Booth. Lobs it to the baseline to Harmon. Back out to the top. Going to drive is Hunter. Finds a baseline cutter. That is Evan Booth, and he will make the shot for 2. Out to a 10-point game at 22-12. Roseburg just 2 points here in the second quarter. And again, another slow second period, but still 4:39 to go before halftime. Time for Roseburg to find a rally here before the break. Call with the screen. Doesn't get Johnson free enough. Call will come out the screen again. They step around it. And now it'll be Pinard to set the screen. Hunter gets tied up in it. Johnson drives in. The runner is good for Dylan Johnson. He's got 5 here in the first half. Roseburg stops a run by South Medford, back within 8. 22-14 with 4:09 to go, first half. Ben Harmon on the left wing. One dribble, lob to the far corner. Sherman Hunter a 3. It's short. Rebound tipped. Almost hit the baseline, and then stepping on the baseline is Evan Booth. And Roseburg will get it as substitutions come in. Danil Olsen and Jacob Parker will come into the game for Roseburg. Keegan Lazinski in for Jude Pennell, excuse me. Lost apparently his hair tie, or it came out. He's long flowing hair. He'll adjust it. Got to get the ball inbound. They lob it up towards midcourt, and it's taken away by South Medford. Harmon with it on the right elbow. Pauses, kills his dribble. Looking for a teammate. He'll find a cutting. It's Evan Booth. His shot too strong from the middle of the lane. Out to Sleazer on the tip out. Sleazer a 3, no good. Booth down with the offensive board. A third attempt for South Medford. Driving in, Sleazer knocks over a defender and scores. No whistle. And Roseburg back down by 10. Out at the center circle. Jacob Parker to Dylan Johnson near side. Johnson driving underneath, forces up a shot. Lazinski got him covered, and Johnson can't draw the whistle. Breaking out in transition, driving into the far corner is Harmon as the rest of the team joins him. Sherman Hunter will lob it into the middle for Lazinski. His turnaround jumper falls off the front of the iron, no good. Roseburg with the defensive stop. Up the floor, attacking right away. Jacob Parker lobs a wonderful shot. I don't know how he got it through the outstretched arms of the defense, but Jacob Parker, a magician in front of the rim, gets it to fall. Lazinski passing to his left side. Roseburg back within 8, 24-16. Shimmy shake, got free, and able to hit the jumper, Junior Sleazer. He's got 8 in the ball game, and it's back to a 10-point lead for the Panthers. Timeout by the Indians. 2:35 to go in the first half. We'll take it as well. Roseburg basketball trailing 26-16 here in the first half on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at South Medford High School, home of the Panthers. Our score with 2:35 to go in the first half is 26-16, South Medford in front. Let's pause for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. .235 to play in the first half. Roseburg with the basketball out of the timeout. They trail by 10, looking to try and cut their way back before the break. Dylan Johnson will bring it across the timeline for Roseburg to the far side of the floor. Jacob Parker, one-handed pass back out to the top to Pinard. He drives to the middle, gets cut off, spin move back to his left, passes it out. He has to clear. Jacob Parker drives baseline, steps on the baseline. Right before he passes into the corner to Dylan Johnson, who hit the shot but will not count. 2:12 to play. Keegan Lazinski brings the ball up for the Panthers. Hands it off to Sleazer. Panthers looking for their largest lead of the night. Their largest lead has been 12. It's 10 right now. Steal for Roseburg, and right in to the body of Keegan Lazinski goes Jacob Parker, has his shot swatted out of bounds. It is the uphill battle that the Indians have with the size disadvantage. As an inbound pass goes to Jacob Parker. He tried a three, his shot no good. Dylan Johnson got the rebound, but his pass to a cutting Pinard is taken away by Pinnell. On the other end, Pinnell running the break. Tried to dish it across the lane, but Danil Olsen gets back and gets a hand on it, tips it out of bounds. It stays with South Medford with 1:45 to play. Dylan Johnson comes out of the game. Late substitution for South Medford. Sherman Hunter back in as Ben Harmon heads to the bench. Matt Parker back into the game for Roseburg. Inbound, and a whistle away from the basketball goes against South Medford. And they call this one against Evan Booth, picking up his first on the offensive. So Roseburg basketball with 1:42. They trail by 10 here in the first half. Out at the top, right-handed crossover dribble now. Matt Parker driving, gets called for a carry. Tried to go with the hesitation step and called for the carry. South Medford walking it across the timeline with Junior Sleazer, the headband on, drives to his right side, crossover back to the left, to the free throw line, hesitation, into the corner, crossover against Six, gets baseline, his shot was off the mark. I think that came down behind the backboard. Olsen had the rebound, but he got it, his pass on the outlet tipped away, and it goes right to Evan Booth who gets two. Roseburg working up the floor. Olsen in the far corner, out to Parker. They'll reset in the half court. Jacob dribbling left side crossover against Lazinski. Goes in. His shot, though, on the runner off the mark. Rebound down to the Panthers. Pinnell brings it across. In the corner, Lazinski driving against Six. Turns to square him up. Back out to the top to the free throw line for Booth. Sets a screen as he gives it off to Hunter. His shot off the mark. Rebound down by Booth. His outlet pass nearly gets thrown away as it got tipped. It stays with the Panthers. Hunter driving in, finds Pinnell open on the baseline. And you can't leave him that open. He hits. First points of the night for Jude Pinnell. 30-16, a 14-point lead for South Medford. Inner underneath, wide open for a minute. Now the defense collapses on Pinard. He can't get the shot to go, but he gets his own rebound. He goes back up. That shot no good. 2 tries for Pinard, and he can't make it. Before the buzzer, a three-quarter court shot, no good. And South Medford will take a 30-16 lead into the halftime break. Roseburg, a tough second quarter, just 6 points, give up 18 to South Medford. We go to the halftime break. It's your More Well Drilling halftime show. We'll have a recap of the first half after this on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to tonight's More Well Drilling halftime show, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. At the halftime break, the Roseburg Indians trailing South Medford 30-16, your score here at halftime. Here at the halftime break, we've got unified basketball going on for the Medford schools. Always fun to see the unified teams displaying their talents out there on the floor, and looking like a good game going on between the two sides right now. Well, here at the break, Roseburg down by their largest deficit of the game at 14. It was a competitive first quarter, back and forth, neither team leading by more than 4. Roseburg led by 3 early on. South Medford fought their way back. It was 12-10 after 1. But in the second period, Roseburg, they struggled finding any offensive rhythm. Roseburg with just 6 points in the period. And not a great shooting endeavor after the first period, as the Indians also give up 18 points to South Medford, find themselves at this 30-16 deficit. When we come back after a break, we will take a look at individual scoring from the first half of tonight's ball game. It's our Lamert Orthodontics stat update. Stay tuned for that coming up here in just a minute. Let you know tonight's game has been brought to you by Aviva Health, by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. And tonight's game brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1939. We take the break and we'll come back. We'll take a look at stats as Roseburg trails South Medford 30-16 on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Back here as the unified basketball game at halftime continues on. And black and white meeting up here in this one. Fun to watch. Always entertaining. Here at halftime, it's time now to take a look at our individual statistics here during the More Well Drilling halftime show as the Roseburg Indians trail 30-16 at the break. Let's take a look first at the Roseburg Indians, a visiting team tonight. Leading the way for Roseburg in the first half, 6 points for Jacob Parker. Dylan Johnson with 5, 3 for Atreyu Pinard, and 2 for Zach Martin, your first half scorers. On the other side for South Medford, 8 points for Junior Sleezer, 6 for Sherman Hunter, 5 for Keegan Lazinski, all of those coming at the free throw line, 4 for Evan Booth, 3 for Jeremy Gott, and 2 for Peyton Shepard and Jude Pinnell. That is a look at your Lamert Orthodontics stat update. Embrace Live. Call their Roseburg office at 673-0924. Before we take our final break of the halftime show, Josh Nelson has been keeping an eye on our scoreboard. He's got an update on some of the matchups going on of note here tonight. Josh, go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Joey. A bunch of scores coming in here, actually. As for, I guess there's a big competition going on for the Roseburg swimming.
You could say it's big.
Team.
It's the state championship meet going on up at Tualatin.
Yeah, state championship game. So Roseburg for the boys in the 200-yard medley, they took 4th in the prelims and advanced to the finals. And then the Roseburg boys make the finals in the 200-yard freestyle relay and the 400-yard freestyle relay. So they make the final in all 3 events that they qualified for. Going to basketball now in the boys basketball, Days Creek beat Riddle today 43-41 in a close one there. In girls basketball, Elkton beat Pacific Powers 48-32. At halftime, the Roseburg girls were losing to South Medford 46-15. Going back to baseball now, Oregon won their first game today against Nevada 3-2 on 8 hits and 2 errors, where Oregon State lost another game. It's 2 in a row for Oregon State now, losing. They lost to number 9 Mississippi State 6-2. They had 6 hits, 0 errors in Starksville, Mississippi. And then softball, Oregon women softball, they're up 12-0 against Idaho State. Currently at this minute, also the Oregon women's basketball team, they're in the 4th quarter right now. They are up on Cal 85-53. Back to you, Jerry.
All right, thank you, Josh. And I believe the Portland Trailblazers just getting ready to tip off tonight. They are at home against New Orleans. That game is on ESPN nationally tonight, so you can tune in to catch Blazers basketball there. They will be without Damian Lillard tonight as he continues to nurse a groin strain after just before the All-Star break. Damian Lillard suffering that groin strain, and he is going to sit out. He sat out the All-Star event, and it looks like he is going to sit out possibly 3 to 5 games as a buzzer beater in the unified basketball game by a young man who gets high fives all around. Quite the epic way to finish out this unified basketball game at halftime. I think they're going to put a few more minutes up on the clock here for the halftime break as we get ready for the teams to warm up and take the court again for the second half. So we've got a couple extra minutes here to continue our more well-drilling halftime show. Again at the break, Roseburg is trailing 30-16 in this matchup at the halftime break. We'll see if the Indians have a second half rally for us. We've been saying they've been doing really well at playing a lot of times one half of basketball, and that's usually what does them in, but tonight the first half not a great one for them. We'll see if they can have a strong second half against South Medford, make some of the adjustments, and get a comeback on the horizon here for the Roseburg boys. Again, they're down by 14 here at the halftime break. We'll be keeping an eye on some of the other matchups going on around the region tonight as Josh will be collecting scores for you and having those in the post-game show, so stay tuned for that coming up at the end of tonight's game. All right, we're going to wrap it up there with the more well-drilling halftime show. When we come back, it is time for the second half. Don't go anywhere. It's Roseburg basketball, presented tonight by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg, by Kegel Communications, and by Terra Firma Foundations. Back with more Roseburg basketball.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg Football on 541radio.com.
Because there's barely any basketball going on. Not in the lower leagues.
There's not a... We are back here at South Medford High School, where tonight the Roseburg Indians take on the Panthers. Both these teams looking to pick up a late season win and try and bolster their record just a little bit. Getting ready for the third quarter. Roseburg down by 14 as we get things ready to start. Joey Kieran, Josh Nelson here with you. Cruz Ibanez back in the studio running the radio production for us tonight. This evening's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, by Roseburg Refrigeration, and by Barnes Heating and Cooling. Getting ready for that second half tip. Roseburg will have Pinard, Johnson, Call, and the Parker brothers to start the second half. That is their originally starting five. Junior Sleezer out there will handle the basketball. Driving to the lane, kicks out for Shepard. Peyton Shepard out at the top. Crossover, goes back to his right, dumps it to Jude Pinnell at the baseline. Back out to Sleezer, into the lane, gets bumped. Goes up, but the foul will be on the floor. So a quick early foul for the Roseburg Indians to begin the second half, and they call that one against Matt Parker. Picks up his second. Innerbound gets knocked away by Alaric Call, keeping it away from Keegan Lazinski. So you've got Lazinski, Harmon, Sleezer, Shepard, and Pinnell on the floor to start things off for South Medford here in the second half. A three from the right side from Matt Parker is no good. Misses pretty much everything, and Matt not happy with himself about that one. Tough night for him after scoring a career-high 28 points. He is gone without a point so far here into the third quarter. We're 30 seconds away. Bringing the ball at the floor, Junior Sleezer is going to draw a foul from Matt Parker, and Parker's going to argue that Sleezer was the one pushing him. But he will not get that call, and Matt Parker picking up a third foul here early on. We'll see if that prompts any substitutions from Coach Humphreys, but not at the moment. He'll leave in Matt Parker. Bounce to the free throw line. Pinnell kicks out to the right wing for Sleezer. He finds a cutting Lazinski going to the right side of the lane, marked by Call, who continues to bump. Lazinski gets it stripped out of his hands. Call has it. He's going to race up the floor, and he will try to tip it to a teammate as he nearly got carried gets called for the carry. The ball got loose, and he punched it trying to get it to Matt Parker, but it ends up going off of the official and out of bounds. So back into the hands of the Panthers, leading 30-16. Lazinski going to go right to the rim. He knocked over Pinard, didn't get a whistle either way, and he misses the finger roll up the floor. Matt Parker head fake, now dumps it underneath to Pinard. Pinard just needed to turn and go up with it, made life more difficult, but he will get the basket. So Roseburg gets the first points of the second half at 30-18, back within 12. A minute and a half ticked away here in the third quarter. Out to get it, Sleezer wide open straightaway three, no problem. Sleezer gets his first three of the night and a timeout for South Medford. They'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll take it as well with 6:22 to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg trails 33-18 here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Well, it's out to a 15-point lead now for South Medford as they hit the three, their largest lead of the night. Roseburg with the basketball out of the timeout by the Panthers. Jacob Parker will race the ball into the half court. To the left side to Matt Parker. Into the corner. Jacob looking underneath, tries to feed it to Pinard, and it gets tipped out of bounds. Surprising score here in the Southwest Conference. I knew there was a big matchup. I forgot to write them down for some reason. North Medford on top of South Eugene, big at halftime, 30-16. That would disrupt the standings in the conference. Driving baseline, Dylan Johnson gets his shot redirected by Jeremy Gott, who will bring it up the floor. He's going to go coast to coast. Excuse me, that has been Harmon, not Gott. Harmon got bumped as he shot, and his jumper will not fall. Roseburg will get the stop there. 30-16 was the score at halftime between North Medford and South Eugene, and North Medford was up in that one, so that would be a big win for the Black Tornado. Backdoor cutter underneath. Jacob Parker gets his shot redirected up the floor. Junior Sleezer pass out. Ben Harmon a three. No good. Long rebound down in the corner. Roseburg comes up with it. Dylan Johnson will walk it up the floor. Into the left corner, out to the top to Pinard. He'll drive left side, double team, turns and squares the hoop, goes up with the right hand and draws contact for a foul. It'll be a two-shot foul for Atreyu Pinard, who's looking for his first made free throws of the night.
Isaiah Knight called on the foul. Atreyu Pinard at the line, shooting two.
Still a 15-point lead for the Panthers. Low-scoring start to the third quarter, 33-18 are currently our score. Pinard will not add to it as his first shot rims around and falls off. Roseburg basketball tonight brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 5:07 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw coming, and Pinard will hit it. So Roseburg's going to start out with the first. Oh, actually, no, excuse me. It's been 3 points apiece here to start out the third quarter. Lazinski drives to the free throw line, picks up the dribble there, passes out. That ball tipped away from Sleezer by Carson Six, and Six aggressive defense whistled for a foul as he continued to try and reach and get the steal. So Carson Six picking up his first foul. Interesting tonight, Carson Six and Danil Olson both getting some run on the JV level. As an inbound from Sleezer goes to Shepard, who hits the jumper on the inbound. Another two for South Medford. They lead 35-19 out to a 16-point lead, their biggest of the night. So Six and Olson both getting some time at the JV level. Coach said there's just some things they saw they wanted to work on, and they wanted to give them the opportunity to do so at the JV level, where they can take a little bit more control of the game than they do necessarily at the varsity level. A perfect give and go between Jacob Parker and Dylan Johnson, and Johnson will finish. Back to a 14-point game, 35-21. Driving in, player control foul against Sherman Hunter. He kicked into the corner, but he went airborne and just barreled into the chest of Roseburg, the Roseburg defender, and Hunter will pick up the foul. Second against the Panthers here in the second half. 3 so far against Roseburg. So Carson Six and Danil Olson are going to have to play some limited minutes here in the varsity game after playing 2 quarters each in the JV game, but getting a chance to work on their game. They're both still just sophomores, so still very young and playing with more of their peers at the JV level than at the varsity. Pinard has it at the left elbow. Zach Martin is checked in for Roseburg. Pinard attacks, goes to the rim, finishes with the right hand from the left side, and he'll head to the line for a 3-point play. They count the bucket. The foul goes against Peyton Shepard, who picks up his second.
At the line, shooting one, Matt Parker back in for Roseburg.
Matt Parker also back into the game for the Indians. Just a strong, aggressive play there from Pinard, getting to the left side of the rim and going up through the defense. His free throw shot hits the rim, off the backboard, drops through. 3-point play for Atreyu Pinard. Running the baseline is Lazinski, gets it to Shepard. 11-point game, 35-24. Roseburg making a run at it. Trying to get it to single digits. Baseline, Pinnell out to Hunter. Crossover, back behind over his head, back behind him, past to Pinnell in the corner. Hunter will get it at the right wing, out to the top to Lazinski. Sleezer from the far side. Baseline jumper, rims off, and the rebound comes down to Carson Six. He's going to run the floor. In the middle, got tied up. And it's a jump ball. They call that the defense got the hands on top of the ball as Carson Six is going in the rim, so no foul, but they call it a tie-up, and it'll go to Roseburg on the possession arrow.
Jeremy Gott back in for the Panthers.
Jeremy Gott will check in. Peyton Shepard comes out of the ball game. Inbound from the baseline for Roseburg. Goes into the corner for Zach Martin. He'll dribble out to the top, crossover, gets back baseline. Jumper short. Pinard underneath. Good effort to get to the basketball around the defender, but he tips it out of bounds. Quiet night for Zach Martin coming off the bench tonight. 2 points for him. Pressure in the backcourt for Roseburg. Sleazer working against Matt Parker will break it right to the middle of the lane, and Carson Six, an aggressive defensive style, whistled for the foul. It's going to send Junior Sleazer to the line for the first time tonight. Sleazer with 8 points in the first half. He's got 11 after a made three here in the third quarter. He might be the first player to double figures. He will miss the first of 2 free throws. Yeah, he's the first player in double figures for South Medford. And Atreyu Pinard is getting close. He's got 9 for Roseburg. Roseburg pressure in the backcourt. Sleazer hit the second of his 2 free throws. Zach Martin, a 3 from the corner, gets his first. And a timeout down on the floor with 3:01 to go here in the third quarter. 36-27, Roseburg fighting their way back, down by 9. We'll take a 30-second break, come back with more of the action from South Medford High School here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here at South Medford High School, the Roseburg Indians making a run here in the third quarter, out to 11 points in the quarter. They've allowed only 6 to South Medford. The Panthers coming out a little bit sluggish out of the halftime break. Maybe thinking they have this one in hand, up 30-16 at halftime. South Medford facing press in the backcourt from Roseburg. Sleazer will get it across the timeline, working against Matt Parker. He kicks into the corner. Jeremy Gott out to the top. A laser pass out to Sleazer. Gets it back now on the right wing. Underneath to Lazinski. They run a great out of the timeout play. And 2 points there for Keegan Lazinski. South Medford back out in front by double digits. 38-27. First field goal of the night for Keegan Lazinski. He's got 7. Carson Six has it on the left elbow. A pass out to Jacob Parker. And now a whistle. This one against Sherman Hunter. Carson Six wanted some movement there as he was at that left elbow position, and the ball got stripped out of his hands. Luckily went to Jacob Parker, who draws that foul. It's the third actually against Sherman Hunter, by the way. Inbound to Matt Parker, a 3 from the corner. His hand got hit. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. And now on a putback by Roseburg, they couldn't get that. Rebound down to South Medford and a foul against Carson Six, quickly picking up his second. Whoa. I've apparently miscalled on Carson Six. He's got 4 fouls already. I was a couple shy. He's come out and played some aggressive defense, maybe a little too aggressive. Sleazer gets around Matt Parker, up the floor, stops at the free throw line, pulls there. His shot no good. Pinnell with the easy rebound and putback. And it's back out to a 13-point lead at 40-27. 2:03 to go in the third. Jacob Parker back to between the circles. Stands on the S in South Medford. Pass left side to Pinard. He tries to attack. Gets around Pinnell, goes up, and Pinnell will draw a shot. No, they call it travel. Turnover by Pinard. Thought that Pinnell was going to get called for the foul. Inbound to Sleazer. In the backcourt as Roseburg presses. Matt Parker forcing to the sideline. Up the floor, Jeremy Gott, the head fake, drives in. I don't know what he was thinking. Was he thinking he was going to try to one-hand tomahawk jam with a defender in his face? He needed a little bit more elevation. Got the ball knocked out of his hands as Jeremy Gott turns it over. Driving into the lane, Dylan Johnson gets his shot swatted away. South Medford up with it. Pass to the corner, a three from Sherman Hunter, high off the back of the iron, no good. Lazinski with the rebound and fouled on the floor by Dylan Johnson. That'll be the 6th against Roseburg, 2nd against Johnson. Isaiah Dye checks in for Jude Parnell. Inbound from the baseline for Sleazer. He'll go out to the top. It goes to Jeremy Gott. Driving left side. Stops at the wing. Underneath. It goes to Dye working against Pinard. He spins and tosses it back out. He gets it to Jeremy Gott. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Jeremy Gott lowers his shoulder right into the chest of Atreyu Pinard, and he draws the blocking foul.
Atreyu Pinard called on the foul.
Well, that is how it goes on the road sometimes. Jeremy Gott just went barreling into the defender. That was, I guess he's entitled to his path to the hoop. I'm not really sure. Gott goes to the free throw line, and he'll hit the first. 4 of 5 from the stripe for him. Was that an and one, or did he get 2? I only thought that was one free throw, but maybe I missed them both. Roseburg turns it over on the transition, 43-27. It was an and one. Okay, they gave him the. Not only did they give him the foul against the defense, the blocking foul, they also gave him the continuation. Of course. Sherman Hunter driving through the lane after the Roseburg turnover. A baseline long two-point jumper for Keegan Lazinski. He's heating up here in the third. He's got 4 points in the quarter. 35 seconds to go in the third period. It is out to an 18-point lead for South Medford, their largest of the game. Trying to answer, Matt Parker. His three was off the mark. Zach Martin had a rebound attempt, knocked out of his hands. It stays with the Indians with 26.8 to go. Inbound for Johnson. Goes out to the top. Nobody there. Matt Parker could have just taken it in the backcourt. Instead, he tried to save it in to the front court, thinking it was going to be an over and back. He could have just waited till it got to the backcourt, taken it there, and then brought it back across the midcourt stripe, but he pressed a little on that issue and tried to save it back in. Turned it over, but South Medford gives it back to Roseburg. On the inbound pass, South Medford almost steals it away. This final 20-some seconds of this third quarter feeling like a lifetime. Roseburg inbounding now from the end of the South Medford bench, goes to Matt Parker. 19 seconds to play in the third. Parker will bring it across the timeline to Johnson on the far side. Johnson dribbling baseline, got free, goes up with the left hand. His shot rolls off the rim, and last touch by Roseburg. Lazinski will wipe his hands off before inbounding the ball. It goes to Sleazer. 8 seconds to play. 6, 4, and an offensive foul called against Junior Sleazer. So Sleazer called for a push-off there as he tried to bring the ball up the floor against pressure. And with 4 seconds to play here in the third quarter, Roseburg will inbound at the end of the scorer's table. They're down by 18. Inbound to Martin, turns, 2 seconds, had the ball stolen by Hunter. He'll try a three-quarter court shot, and it's off the mark. After 3 quarters, it's 45-27. South Medford in front of Roseburg big here on the score. 92.3 FM, and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here for the fourth quarter, final 8 minutes on the clock. Right now it is 45-27. South Medford pulling away from the Roseburg Indians after 3 quarters of play. Starting with the basketball will be South Medford. Keegan Lazinski works right side of the lane, back out to Sherman Hunter for a 3. It rims off. Rebound tipped by Peyton Shepard out of bounds to the Indians. And the inbound from Roseburg goes back to South Medford. The Indians turn it back over. Just been tough sledding tonight for the Tribe. 18 seconds ticked away here in the third. Or excuse me, make it the fourth. Jeremy Gott with it at the top, working against Danil Olson, who's come into the game. Turnaround for Lazinski. Shot won't fall, but he draws a foul. Fourth quarter starters for South Medford: Isaiah Dye, Jeremy Gott, Keegan Lazinski, Sherman Hunter, and Peyton Shepard. For Roseburg, Matt Parker, Jacob Parker, Danil Olson, Alaric Call, and Zach Martin. Your starting 5 here in the final period. Lazinski's first free throw, high arcer, falls through. He has been good at the line tonight. Make that now 6 of 7. Second one coming. Roseburg basketball tonight brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by CHI Mercy Medical Center. Second free throw did not go, so there's your broadcaster's jinx. Only 1 of 2 after telling everybody that he was doing well at the line. Lazinski misses a second. Driving left side of the lane. Jacob Parker had it stripped out of his hands. Almost got it back, but it is a takeaway by South Medford. Shepard brings it across the timeline. On the left side, looks, gives it off to Hunter. Hunter at the left wing, directing traffic with his offhand. Now dribbles left hand, splits the defense. Baseline pass. Lazinski baseline jumper, no good. Jacob Parker, down with the rebound. And a foul called against Sherman Hunter, trying to steal it away as Jacob Parker brought it in. Tonight's game also brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Roseburg trailing by 19. Wow. Late whistle from a long ways away. Matt Parker is going to get called for a push-off. Matt Parker will pick up his 4th. And head into the tail end of their bench. Carson Cotto will come in, the junior post for South Medford. His first minutes of the night. On an inbound pass, Jacob Parker tries to strip it out of the hands of Sherman Hunter, and he's called for a foul.
Jacob Parker called on the foul.
For Jacob, that'll be his first. And we're into the bonus. Double bonus now for South Medford. 10 fouls against Roseburg. Evan Booth will check back into the game for South Medford. He takes the spot of Keegan Lazinski.
Check. Sherman Hunter shooting 2.
Oh, excuse me. Lazinski stays in the game. They just trade spots on the free throw line, or lane. It's a 2-shot foul. There was some confusion there. Keegan Lazinski, as well as others, thought it was a 1-and-1, and the ball didn't go through, so they all thought, hey, here's a chance at a free basketball. It's not the case. Second free throw coming for Sherman Hunter, who is 0 for 2 at the stripe. Hits the second to stretch it to a 20-point game. Still pressure in the backcourt by South Medford. Roseburg will break it into the half court. Across this floor to Matt Parker into the corner for Zach Martin. Working against Coda. Drives baseline and gets mugged. Carson Coda. He's got the football body in the basketball game. He's got the size at 6'5", but he is a tight end in football, and he looks every bit of it in basketball shorts and a tank top. 6:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Zach Martin to the line for the first time tonight. Typically a very strong free throw shooter. Hits the first of 2. Roseburg basketball this evening brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. By Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-5707. 672-6707. Second free throw goes through for Martin. Back down to an 18-point game. Up the floor quickly on the left side, Keegan Lazinski. Skying to the rim, gets hit. Can't get the shot to fall. But to the free throw line he goes. Roseburg basketball also brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home. Serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Lazinski's first free throw falls through. Carson 6 in for Alaric Call. Lazinski's second free throw coming is good. He's made a living at the line here tonight. He's 8 of 10 from the stripe. Jacob Parker brings the ball up, had it stripped away by Hunter, but he keeps his dribble, gets it back. Daniil Olson, a left side three. It's too strong, high rebound, and a whistle. Gonna stop play, a foul on Roseburg. And that goes against Carson 6, which will wrap things up for 6 tonight. He's going to finish with no points in this varsity matchup after he looked good in the JV game, feeling comfortable and aggressive with it, but he's unable to match that here at the varsity matchup and will foul out of tonight's game. So he will have to check out. Final score in the Roseburg girls game tonight, 82-33.
Evan Booth at the line, shooting 2.
Evan Booth will go to the line to shoot 2 for South Medford. 6:23 to go in this one. Booth hitting the first of 2. Roseburg basketball is also brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. You ready to go where life takes you? And by Aviva Health and Flyaway Travel. Second free throw, Booth hits them both. 51-29. 22-point margin. Roseburg will inbound. Full length of the floor to go. And Daniil Olson threw it in. Dylan Johnson wasn't looking for it. South Medford with the takeaway. And it's Evan Booth with the lay-in. And it's just not Roseburg's night here tonight as they get another turnover. It's taken away by Sherman Hunter. Sherman Hunter bumped as he goes down. He passes it away to Booth. Gets it to Lazinski. Back out Booth. The long jumper no good underneath. A rebound for Coda, who draws a foul. And that foul will be a 2-shot foul with South Medford in the bonus. That foul goes against Zach Martin, his third. Roseburg with 2 more games left to go coming up next week. They'll be at Grants Pass on Tuesday, final road game of the regular season. And then they finish out the year at home against North Medford as Carson Coda missing badly on the first of his 2 free throws. They'll take on North Medford at home in the final game of the regular season. Normally that would be a senior night, but Roseburg has no seniors, so just be the regular season finale as Coda misses both of them. 53-29 your score, 5:50 to go here in the ball game. Dylan Johnson backs it out to the center circle. Left side to Pinard. He turns at the elbow. He's going to drive against Booth. Got underneath, but he can't get the ball above the rim as he hits the underside of the rim. He was too short, and then on the transition for South Medford, a travel call. So South Medford will give it back to Roseburg. They'll inbound from their own baseline. Dylan Johnson will do the honors. He gets it to Zach Martin with a reverse lay-in attempt. He cut from the left side of the lane, went underneath the backboard right in front of the inbounder, got the ball, went with the reverse lay-in. It was a good look. I like that play, but he gets hit as he goes up. Shot didn't fall, but to the line goes Zach Martin. Roseburg basketball presented by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1939. By Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. And by Kegel Communication. Both free throws good for Zach Martin. Back to a 22-point game. Sherman Hunter dribbling through the Roseburg defense, throws up a wild shot. That looked like Carson Cota was hanging on the rim, but no whistle for that. Ball came down and kicked out of bounds, and a technical called. They call Sherman Hunter for a technical foul. So that should be Roseburg free throws. So the ball got knocked out of bounds on the shot. Sherman Hunter picks up his 5th with the technical. Haven't seen many of those throughout this season. That's the first technical you think we've seen all year? That's what I would think. Zach Martin will shoot the technical free throws on the other end for Roseburg. For a 20-point game in favor of South Medford this fourth quarter. Moving along at an glacial speed. 5:27 to go in the contest. Second free throw, no good for Martin. He hit the first, misses the second. 21-point game. Roseburg basketball after the technical. So Sherman Hunter has fouled out via the technical. Carson Six is fouled out for Roseburg. Dylan Johnson brings the ball up around a screen from Pinard. Back to Pinard, who whips it to the far side to Olsen. Pass out to the top, tipped by Carson Cota, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Roseburg. Substitution in. Carson Cota will take a seat. Inbound to Zach Martin. Turns, he'll try the three. Got it! Hit it in some rhythm there for Zach Martin. Hits his second three of the night. Martin with now 8 points in the quarter is up to 13. Quickly the other direction, skying through the middle. Keegan Lazinski will find Pinnell cutting to the hoop, and he makes the easy pass for an easy 2. 20-point game, 55-35, 4:50 to play. Travel, no offensive by Matt Parker. And that's going to do it for him, I do believe. Gave a shove off as he was in transition, and he'll pick up his 5th. That'll be the second Roseburg player to foul out. And Coach Humphrey will have to look to the bench to find a replacement. And they will go with Jacob Fay, who will come into the game. So Matt Parker out of the game. It's been a whistle-heavy, especially second half, but all-around game. And that is obvious with 3 players have fouled out of this one so far. Junior Sleezer, I just don't get it. There's been so many plays where players are getting bowled over, and I don't know. I mean, you can call that offensive or defensive. I don't care, but I don't know how you don't call a whistle. Junior Sleezer went right into the middle of the lane, ran over, I believe, Zach Martin. Bodies hitting the floor everywhere, and I don't know how there's no whistle for a foul either way. It's got me confused all around.
It was against Zach Martin there, and he had his feet planted as the replay just showed. So it should have been a foul right there, and they're not calling it.
But they do say it was out off of South Medford, so Roseburg will get the ball. Josh Nelson running the video camera and the video replay for us tonight. So those of you watching, getting the luxury of seeing it a second time. 4:34 to go here in the fourth quarter. Zach Martin gets it, drives baseline, a floater. Martin, he's feeling it here in the fourth quarter. Although it might be a little too late, as another whistle will stop play in the backcourt. Jacob Parker picking up another foul. His second. We are into the double bonus for South Medford, so 2 foul shots for Junior Sleazer. Roseburg's into the bonus and need one more to get to the double. Sleazer at the line. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He'll hit the first. Roseburg basketball brought to you by Terra Firma Foundations, by Dr. Lance and Randall, by Roseburg Refrigeration, and by Barnes Heating and Cooling. Both free throws good for Sleazer. He's got 14 in the ballgame. Back to a 20-point margin. Jacob Parker bringing the ball across the court. And a timeout down on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break, come back with the conclusion of this fourth quarter. 4:15 to play. Roseburg trails 57-37 against South Medford on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Roseburg basketball from South Medford High School. It's for you tonight here on the score. Well, I needed break for a station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back here to continue the fourth quarter. Roseburg out of the timeout. They turn it back over. So South Medford will have it. Out at the top, Zach Martin marking against Evan Booth. He went in. He took a lot of contact. His shot didn't drop on the fight for the rebound. On the floor, a tie-up will give the possession arrow to Roseburg, and the Indians will get the basketball. Well, the JV team won earlier today, 52-40. A nice win for the JV squad, but the varsity game has been not nearly as nice as they clean up some sweat down on the floor. Again, the final score from the Roseburg and South Medford girls game, 82-33. The final score up there at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Blair Call will inbound for Roseburg. Call, Jacob Fay, and Jacob Parker out there on the floor. Call will pass to Atreyu Pinard. Zach Martin out there as well. Pinard got around the defense, high off the glass, an easy bank shot for two from 6 feet. 57-39, 3:40 to go. Fourth quarter. Ben Harmon into the corner for Pinnell. Pinnell drives to the lane, kicks out. Evan Booth, long two, no good. Fight for the rebound. Jacob Fay battling with Ben Harmon. Harmon wins the battle. Enter it in underneath to Lazinski. And a foul called on Zach Martin against Evan Booth, and that'll send Booth to the line. Fourth on Zach Martin, I do believe. There is a good possibility that I missed one. Nope, it'll be the fourth on Zach. Two-shot foul for Evan Booth. He's 2 for 2 from the line here tonight. Starters still in the game for both sides, as Booth will miss his first. Peyton Shepard will come back in. He's a starter. So does Jeremy Gott. He was off the bench, one of the first players for South Medford. Roseburg with Pinard, Call, and Jacob Parker out on the floor. They were all starters to begin the game tonight. Second one goes through for Evan Booth. 3:17 left in the ballgame, 58-39. Jacob Parker quickly up the floor, stops behind the back dribble, drives in the middle of the lane. The shot blocked. That ball tipped up. Jacob Fay will save it back in bounds. Nearly taken away by South Medford. Still a scramble for the basketball. That ball traded hands 4 different times, and finally Jacob Fay will keep it. He enters it down to Call. Call gets it to Zach Martin, who lays it in just over the front of the rim. That was a wild ping-pong type of basketball. That ball did not want to stay with one side or the other for about 30 seconds. Evan Booth has it on the baseline near side. He'll dribble it out to the top to Pinnell, marked by Pennard. Near side, Gott drives from the wing, tried to step through the defense, passes out. Booth head fake, uses the forearm to get Call away from him, passes it off. Shepard finds Pinnell. He dribbles away from pressure, passes to the far side, and Jeremy Gott can't hang on to it. Fumbles the basketball out of bounds. 2:24 to go, 58-41 the score. Roseburg basketball. Jacob Fay's got to inbound it somewhere, and he throws it right to South Medford. Tried to go for a dunk was Junior Sleazer, and he misses. And now an offensive player control foul on Carson Coda. So South Medford takes away the basketball on just a easy interception on the sideline. Then Sleazer tries to dunk it and misses. And then Carson Coda called for the offensive foul. Keep trying to refer to him by his older brother, Chase Coda's name. Chase Coda in the college football ranks down at UCLA. Pennard will pass to the top to Zach Martin. Dribbles left side, pulls up for the elbow jumper. No good. Rebound tipped up, and it goes out to Coda. Coda in transition. He's going to go right to Jacob Fay. Again, no whistle. I just don't know how you don't blow a whistle there. But Coda misses the shot. Roseburg down with the rebound, and now they blow the whistle on the other side, but it goes Roseburg's way, so I guess I won't be upset. I just don't know how they aren't blowing the whistle on this half of the floor. Pinnell gets called for the foul. Whether it goes Roseburg's way or not, there feels like there's a foul there. Send Zach Martin, though, to the line. Martin is done well there, 5 of 6. And make it 6 of 7. He hits they give him an and one there. 58-44. Roseburg down by 14 as Shepard brings it across the timeline. Jacob Fay marking him. And under 2 minutes to play, Shepard will draw a foul from Fay. Jacob Fay, the junior, he has not seen a lot of action. He did play against South Medford the last time the two teams met. He had 3 points in that game. It's not necessarily the best of indications. Last time Roseburg played South Medford, they lost 74-50. It's a similar type of fate here tonight. And Shepard will hit the first. More into the bench substitutions coming in for Roseburg. Logan Klopfenstein, another guy that has seen limited action on the varsity level, will get a chance to play. Second free throw rattles through for Shepard. So Klopfenstein, Fay, Call, Pennard, and Martin on the floor for the Indians. Fay will handle the basketball, gets it to Pennard, left side, got the defense up in the air, and he draws a foul. Minute 29 to go here in this one.
Isaiah called on the foul. Betrayed Pennard at the line, shooting 2.
Minute 29 to go as Pennard tries to add to Roseburg's point total from the line. He will with the first one. Been a nice night for Atreyu Pennard. He's now got 12 in the game, looking for 13. He is just shy of his season high. Roseburg down by 15, and it'll stay there as Pennard misses the second. Foul on the rebound against Roseburg. Will walk the other direction to give Isaiah Dye free throws. Coming up tomorrow, yes, we've got UCC basketball or UCC baseball here on the radio and streaming online at 541radio.com. Season opener for the UCC Riverhawks, and it will be the first UCC baseball games in 35 years. We're looking forward to that one. We'll be on the air starting at 12:30 tomorrow. But also, don't forget, coming up tomorrow starting at 9 o'clock, it is Radio Auction. It's the big day on the radio. News Radio 1240 KQEN. Best Country 103 and 104.5 Sam FM will give you an opportunity to save hundreds possibly on deals that you might normally buy. It's radio auction starting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Make sure you head to 541radio.com to check out the items up for bid. Second free throw did not go for Dye. Roseburg with the basketball, minute 15 to play. Zach Martin catch and shoot three. He gets it to roll over the front of the iron. His second three of the third. Make it the fourth. Peyton Shepard dribbling through traffic, gets tripped up by Logan Klopfenstein. Big fourth quarter here for Zach Martin. He's got 18 points here in the fourth quarter to give him 23 total. Wow. Shot misses for Shepard at the free throw line. There's a lot. I was looking through the stuff on radio auction on the website. There's some good deals up there. Some stuff that I wouldn't mind spending my money on either. I'll be busy doing baseball games on the radio, though. I won't have much of a chance to bid. Under a minute to play here, left side. That's probably a good thing, by the way. Atreyu Pinard out to Jacob Fay for a straightaway three. It dies on the back of the iron and falls through. Jacob Fay with the dead ball three. Puts it through. It's a 11-point game with 49 seconds to play. Roseburg taking a timeout. We'll keep it right here. That one, kind of a shocker. It falls through. Timeout, last of the game for Roseburg. And 49 seconds left to go in this game. Coach Humphreys doesn't make any changes to the guys on the floor. I thought maybe he might call the timeout to get a couple of guys in, but the bench doesn't go very deep for this Roseburg team, so it's the same five out there. Especially Carson Six and Danil Olsen, both probably running out of time after playing in the JV game, so they are not out there. Carson Six also fouled out of the game, by the way, so that's also partly why he's not out there. Inbound, bringing it up the floor, Jeremy Gott. He's going to draw a foul. Roseburg's going to try to slow down the game and preserve the clock here in the final 60 seconds of this one, down to 44 to go, and it goes to Jeremy Gott at the free throw line, where he is 4 of 5 tonight. For South Medford, they have got North Medford coming up in their next game, black and blue game coming up as Jeremy Gott misses the free throw, and then they wrap up the year against Sheldon, so a couple of big games coming up there for South Medford. 1 of 2 from the line for Jeremy Gott on that trip. 42 seconds. Klopfenstein brings it in across the top, the timeline. Out to Pinard to the left side. Jacob Fay going to try the three. Shot blocked. And a foul in transition by Roseburg. Back to the free throw line. Well, Roseburg's actually at about their season average. They've got 51 in this one, averaging 52.8 a game. And they've been giving up 63. And so this game is right about on average at the moment. Junior Sleezer will add to the lead for South Medford and puts it over the, 64 if you round up. 64, the average that Roseburg gives up. And it'll stay at 64. Underneath, Pinard gets the rebound. Indians will bring it up the floor. 24 seconds to play. Right side of lane, a travel by Klopfenstein. He turns it back over. .20 seconds, and Roseburg continues to foul. South Medford to come into this game averaging 58 points a game. So they are above that average. Danil Olsen will get some more time here in this game. And that is the 5th foul against Alaric Call. Again, I don't know how I missed that. I had him at only 2. First one goes through for Jeremy Gott at the free throw line. So Roseburg has Carson Six, Alaric Call, and Matt Parker all have fouled out in this ballgame. Both free throws go through for Gott. 66-51. Olsen to Martin on the left side. Back to Olsen. Head fake, drives, baseline. Will kick back out to the top. It's intercepted by Sleezer, and Klopfenstein will pick up the foul. It'll be 2 shots. And since it was an intentional foul, Sleezer will get technical free throws here. It'll be empty lane. It was one of those breakaway ones. He hugged him from behind, so technical there is the call. Free throw goes through for Sleezer. Roseburg basketball tonight. We appreciate all of our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll have the post-game show coming up where we will recap it all for you here. Basketball will stay with South Medford after the foul by Klopfenstein. $17-point game. Inbound goes to Shepard, and Roseburg's going to foul.
Zach Martin called on the foul.
I don't know if Roseburg's got a mission here or what, but they foul out another player. Zach Martin is done. I mean, you're down by 17 at this point in time. There's 4 seconds left, and Roseburg's still fouling. Free throw for Shepard is good. Second one coming with 4.7 on the clock. Hits them both. Klopfenstein will get it. Klopfenstein tries a half-quarter. Klopfenstein almost hit that half-court shot. Final score, 70-51. Roseburg falls to South Medford tonight. We'll recap it for you when we come back. Tough night here on the road for the Indians. South Medford improves to 2-6 on the conference season. Roseburg goes to 0-8. 2 games left to go in the regular season. We'll talk about tonight's matchup when we return on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Thanks for watching Roseburg Football on 541radio.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at South Medford High School, where tonight the Panthers pull away for another big win against the Roseburg Indians. Welcome in, everybody, to our post-game show. Joey Kieran here with you, along with Josh Nelson. Back in the studio, Cruz Ibanez running things for us on the radio side of tonight's broadcast. Tough one tonight on the road in Medford for the Roseburg boys. Came down here with hopes of maybe trying to pull a late-season victory, build off of the momentum from a big game against South Eugene. But the Roseburg boys just unable to really put it together tonight. Started out with a lead early on, a 3-point lead, but they just really could not build off any early momentum and end up falling tonight. Final score, 70-51. This one got to as big as a 24-point lead for South Medford. They led 12-10 after the first quarter. Roseburg puts up just 6 points in the second quarter to fall behind 30-16 at halftime. In the third quarter, Roseburg fought their way back just a little bit, but still trailed by 18 at the end of the third period, 45-27. And here in the fourth quarter, Roseburg putting up 14 points in the fourth quarter. But South Medford using the free throw line pretty consistently in the fourth quarter. They put up a total of 25 points in the final period. 70-51, the final score. South Medford improves to 10-13 on the year, 2-6 in conference play. They snap a 3-game losing streak. Roseburg goes to 3-18 on the year, 0-8 in conference, and their losing streak falls to 9 games total. When we come back, we'll take a look at individual statistics from this one with your Lamert Orthodontics stat update. Josh will update us on some scores, and we will find our way out of here tonight as Roseburg falls 70-51, your final score. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, it was a tough one here tonight from South Medford High School. The Roseburg Indians falling against the Panthers, 70-51, your final score here. Let's take a look at our Lamert Orthodontics stat updates. Lamert Orthodontics, embrace life. Give them a call at their Roseburg office at 673-0924. Leading the way for the Roseburg Indians tonight with 18 points in the fourth quarter. It's Zach Martin, finishes with 23, and that's actually a game high for tonight's matchup. Also in double figures, Trey Pinard having a nice night and finishing strong. He scores 9 in the second half, has 12 total in this one for Roseburg. 7 points for Dylan Johnson, 6 points for Jacob Parker. Then you had 3 points for Jacob Fay, and that is it. One game after scoring a career-high 28 points for Matt Parker. He is shut out in this one, scoring 0. Roseburg finishes with 4 players that foul out in this ball game. So a wild one tonight. Just kind of ends up being a really kind of odd game here this evening. As for the other side, for South Medford, leading the way with 17 points was Junior Sleazer. 12 points for Keegan Lazinski. Lazinski scoring 8 of those 12 at the free throw line tonight. 9 points for Peyton Shepard, 9 for Jeremy Gott, 9 for Evan Booth, 7 points for Sherman Hunter before he fouled out of the game, and 6 points for Jude Pinnell, 1 point in the game for Isaiah Dye. So that is your scorers here tonight for the South Medford Panthers in this one. Also in the game without scoring, Ben Harmon and Carson Coda. So that is a look at your Lamert Orthodontics stat update to wrap things up here tonight. Again, the final score, 70-51. Before we get out of here, we'll take one more break. We'll come back and we will get a look at a scoreboard update with Josh Nelson and finish things off from South Medford High School here tonight. I'm Joey Kieran, back after this with our final segment of the postgame show on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
Things out here tonight from South Medford High School, where it looks like I would guess I think they're getting ready for a cheerleading competition of some sort coming here. Rolling out a bunch of mats everywhere, so they may be getting ready for that coming up this weekend. As for us, this weekend we've got UCC baseball coming up for you tomorrow here on The Score, starting with pregame at 12:30, and we've got more college baseball and hoops, all that kind of action coming up for you throughout the weekend as well. So stay tuned for that here on The Score. Make sure to find the broadcast schedule of all the live sports action going on the radio. Head to 541radio.com. Check out The Score homepage and click on the on-air section. You should find the broadcast schedule there. All right, keeping tabs on what is going on tonight. Josh Nelson has been keeping an eye on scores of other games of note and keeping tabs on that for us here tonight. Josh, what do we got?
All right, thanks, Joey. So boys basketball right now, as I told you earlier, Days Creek beat Riddle today, 43-41. That is also, I believe, like district matchups for the Skyline League.
Yeah, those are Skyline League playoffs, so they are fighting to try and get into the 1A state playoffs there, and I think the winners go on to the league championship games coming up tomorrow out at Sutherland High School.
And then going to girls basketball, same deal here. Days Creek fell to North Douglas 44-39. And then also in girls basketball there, Elkton ends up beating Pacific Powers 48-32. Southwest Conference play for girls basketball. Sheldon beats Grants Pass 46-28. South Medford routs Roseburg 33. And then going to college baseball, Oregon ends up beating Nevada today. They ends up winning 3-2 with 8 hits and 2 errors. Oregon State falls to number 9 Mississippi State 6-2 with 6 hits, 0 errors. Oregon State's 2-3 on the year. And then going to Oregon State is playing Stanford currently. The women's basketball. I'm going to women's basketball now. Oregon State is playing Stanford currently. 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and Stanford is ahead 27-24. Also, Oregon State in softball today, they lost to Missouri 5-4, and then Oregon beats Cal down in Cal 93-61. That's in women's basketball. And then Oregon softball ends up destroying Idaho State in 5 innings, 13-0. They are 13-0 on the season. And then it looks like the Portland Trailblazers are currently, with 3:11 left in the second, are trailing, I believe that's New Orleans, 65-54.
All right, thank you, Josh Nelson, with a look at our scores here tonight. Reporting a ton, got a lot going on there. Busy time of year as we start getting into championship matchups, league playoffs going on there. Playoffs about to get started for basketball, swimming championships going on, wrestling coming up next weekend. A lot of stuff going on here at the moment. Again, we want to remind you, coming up tomorrow, we'll have coverage of UCC baseball. It is the season opener, first season opener in 35 years for the Umpqua Riverhawks. The last time, actually, this is the first ever season opener for Umpqua Riverhawks baseball. Last time they had a season opener, they were the Umpqua Timbermen. So take that into account. All right. Feeling a little snarky as we get out of our way here at South Medford High School. But tomorrow is going to be a fun day out at the newly renovated Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Looking forward to seeing the new UCC the UCC Riverhawks. I better not call them the Timbermen. I don't know if they're going to forgive me for that one. Looking forward to seeing the new program out there at the new field, though. It's a beautiful facility with the new update with the turf field, and looking forward to seeing baseball getting played out there coming up tomorrow. Should be a great day out at the ballpark. We hope that you can come on out there and root on the new program and support the Riverhawks. But if you can't be there, we'll have coverage of it for you on the radio, starting with pregame at 12:30 for Game 1, and then we'll carry you all the way through the doubleheader against Olympic College. And also going on tomorrow, UCC basketball going on for the men and women. They're hosting Chemeketa, with the women playing at 2 o'clock out at UCC tomorrow. And we got plenty more going on. It's just a busy weekend in the world of sports. So enjoy it, folks. Busy time of year, and the weather's starting to turn into some pretty nice weather out there, so enjoy the times. All right, well, we are going to get on the road here tonight, head on back home, and our next matchup for the Roseburg Indians is going to be on the road back down here on the southern portion of the state. We head to Grants Pass for our next game, final road game of the season for the Roseburg boys. They'll be taking on the Cavemen coming up next Tuesday. That is a 6:45 start time, as it usually is. You can join us for the broadcast. We'll have it for you starting with pregame at 6:30. We want to say thanks to the South Medford Panthers for hosting us here tonight. As always, a thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, the entire Roseburg basketball program, for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg boys basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Cruz Ibanez back in the studio for the radio production tonight. Thanks to Josh Nelson for help with the video production and keeping score. And everybody, you son of a gun. If it's not, thanks to you, all the fans out there, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will talk to you guys coming up next Tuesday night when the Roseburg Indians travel to Heater Newman Gymnasium in Grants Pass, where they'll take on the Cavemen. It's a 6:45 tip-off, 6:30 pregame. We'll have the action for you when we're next on the radio right here on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.